So the purpose of Gita is not to give you knowledge of soul. That's not the purpose.
Do you people who are from ISKCON link every verse with devotion? That is your understanding, or it is the understanding of all five Vaishnavacharya?
लोगों को ऐसा लगे कि भाई पूरी गीता में भक्ति के अलावा कुछ है ही नहीं, कृष्ण भावनामृत के अलावा कुछ है ही नहीं, पूरी गीता सिर्फ भक्ति 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 है.
Are you telling that the genre of Bhagavad Gita is devotion?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Oh.
People think devotion means bhaiya fool chadao, agarbatti, feel for Krishna, hey Krishna, ho Krishna, something like that. People feel like that, no?
Why
Or
isn't
bhajans.
it?
No.
Hi, welcome to KC Talks. In the series of podcasts on Bhagavad Gita that we are doing with Dr. Keshavananda Swami, today we are entering into chapter 9, which is also called as Raja Vidya Yoga. So let us understand what Raja Vidya Yoga means. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Swami.
Krishna.
Raja Vidya Yoga looks like knowledge of kings,
Yeah.
or maybe king's knowledge.
Yeah. It's important question you have raised. Raj Vidya. The second verse of 9th chapter is Raj Vidya, Raj Yogam, Raj Guhyam, Pavitramidam Uttamam. Second verse. From there the name of the chapter is there. Now there was a controversy on this verse. Big controversy.
Okay.
I mean to say, you might not even realize that people have been killed because of this controversy.
Okay, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because Raj Vidya can mean two things.
Okay.
One is Vidya, knowledge for kings.
Okay.
Raj Vidya.
Hmm.
This is knowledge for kings.
Hmm.
Another meaning, so actually some people took it like that. Knowledge for kings.
Okay.
Some people took Raj Vidya means the most important knowledge. Raj means the king of knowledge.
King of knowledge.
King
Okay.
of knowledge.
Hmm.
So when people, Shankaracharya specifically, he thought, okay, this is the king of knowledge.
Hmm.
So this is for, sorry, I got it wrong. This is Raj Vidya. This is knowledge for kings.
Okay.
Okay, so he took it like that. So if it is knowledge for kings, then it is knowledge for Brahmanas also, because Brahmanas are supposed to be Kshatriyas.
Okay.
So he said this Gita should only be taught to kings, Kshatriyas and Brahmanas.
Oh.
It is not to be taught to Vaishyas and Shudras. It is not fit for them.
Hmm.
That's what he took it, the meaning like that.
Hmm.
So that created a big problem because many people were benefit of knowledge of Gita. And that created a monopoly among Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. Brahmana and Kshatriyas were together knit, because Kshatriyas were taking guidance from Brahmanas, and politically also they were together.
They were closely connected.
They connected, no?
Yes.
So that created a big monopoly
Okay.
for this knowledge. But then Vaishnavacharyas came, Ramanuja, Madhva. They said, come on, this is wrong. Raj Vidya means the king of knowledge.
Okay.
It's not the knowledge for kings.
Okay.
So king of knowledge. So if this is a king of knowledge, it is to be distributed to everybody.
Hmm.
This is the most important knowledge which should be given to everybody. This is most important knowledge which is important for everyone, not just reserved for Brahmanas and Kshatriyas.
Okay.
So that's why the name, they changed this thing. That then Gita came into public. People were taught. Then it was published in books form, were distributed. And that's the name of this chapter.
So a lot of cultural renaissance have happened.
Yeah. This
Okay.
chapter's name is responsible for cultural renaissance.
Great. So what is Raja Vidya? What is that king of knowledge?
King of knowledge is, you see, that's another thing. This chapter is very, very important.
Okay.
Now, the king of knowledge, according to some philosophers, including Nyaya Vaisheshika and Shankara, king of knowledge is knowledge of soul.
Swami, one doubt. Nyaya, Vaisheshika are one schools of thoughts.
Yeah,
right?
they are schools of thoughts, yeah. Nyaya Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, and then Karma Mimamsa,
Karma Mimamsa,
and then Advaita Shankara, Vedanta.
Vedanta. So Vedanta, when we say Vedanta, why do you say Shankara? Vedanta can be anything.
Yeah,
right?
Vedanta can be, Vaishnavas also can be Vedanta. But general populace, it has come, like cold drink, we used to call Campa Cola, Coca-Cola. Every cold drink is called Coca-Cola.
Okay. In olden days they used to call like that.
Yeah. Or every noodles
at
was
least cola they used to call
cola. Every noodle was called Maggi.
Okay. Chowmein at least.
Yeah, but now there are so many other brands, no?
Yes.
So like that, because Shankara was very popular at that time. And he wrote commentary on Vedanta, first commentator on Vedanta.
Okay.
That's why it came to be known as.
Okay.
So all these 6 philosophies, they generally take this chapter, most confidential knowledge is knowledge of soul.
Okay.
They take it like that.
Okay.
But Vaishnavacharyas, they came, Madhva, Ramanuja, they came, they said, no, come on, this is crazy. Because knowledge of soul, Krishna is given in 2nd chapter, if you remember, isn't it?
That is Sankhya.
Yeah, Sankhya Yoga, 2nd chapter, knowledge of soul. And after that, so many discussions have happened.
Yes.
So why would Krishna again return to knowledge of soul?
Yes.
So that is why, and there is no verse in this which is referring to knowledge of soul, unless you interpret the verses.
Okay. So there are no direct inferences of soul.
If you take direct verses, of meanings of the verses, the message of this chapter is the knowledge of devotion.
Swamiji, you say every chapter with something coming with devotion. I have a doubt. Like last podcast, I forgot to ask you. Do you people who are from ISKCON link every verse with devotion? That is your understanding, or it is the understanding of all 5 Vaishnavacharyas?
All 5 Vaishnavacharyas link the message of Bhagavad Gita is devotion. You see, I'll tell you.
Okay.
If there is a novel.
Okay.
Now, that novel can be suspense,
Yes.
thriller, action, comedy.
Genre.
A genre of the novel, isn't it? Which is called as Riti
Yes.
in Sanskrit.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know the genre of the novel, you will not relish it.
Are you telling that the genre of Bhagavad Gita is devotion?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Oh, this is like... Now, how can you monopolize devotion is the essence? That's the genre
How
of
can we
Bhagavad...
do that? Yes, this is a very good question. Madhvacharya and Yamunacharya, Sri Vaishnav, Yamunacharya wrote a book, Gita Sangraha.
Okay.
Madhvacharya then wrote a commentary on Bhagavad Gita, which is Anubhashya.
Anubhashya. Okay.
And then our Gaudiya Vaishnavacharyas, Vishwanath Chakri Thakur, Baldev Devushan, they wrote a commentary.
Okay.
Now, in the beginning of the commentary, they proved that the genre of Bhagavad Gita is devotion. Especially Gita Sangraha. If you read Yamunacharya, he proved. How did he prove? You might ask.
How did he prove?
Because somebody can say Bhagavad Gita is for Desh Seva. Mahatma Gandhi, he was professing Bhagavad Gita is for non-violence.
Non-violence.
Vallabhbhai Patel, he was saying Bhagavad Gita is for country, service of country. Some other saints, they were saying Bhagavad Gita is, to do your work nicely. But you know what? How did they do? There is something called a Shadalinga Nyaya.
Shadalinga Nyaya.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Shadalinga Nyaya means that there are 5 markers, 5 characteristics in a book through which we can understand where the book is leading to.
Okay.
What the author wants to convey.
Okay.
You see, you can learn English from a history book.
Yes.
You can learn English from a chemistry book also.
I can learn English from a chemistry book. Okay, not very much.
It's an English book. You can learn English from a chemistry book.
Yes.
But chemistry book is not made for making you learn English. Chemistry book is made for making you learn chemistry.
Yes.
History book is made for making you learn history, not English.
Yes.
So, just like in ISKCON, so many devotees come from illiterate background. They learn English through Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, okay.
It's written in English. But that's not the purpose. So the purpose of Gita is not to give you knowledge of soul. That's not the purpose. The purpose is not to make you learn some other aspects of spirituality.
Karma Yoga.
Purpose.
When I get Bhagavad Gita, the most definition that I heard from my childhood is it is teaching you how to do karma.
Yeah,
because Arjuna is directed to do karma.
But that's not the purpose. That's a part.
But logically, if you see, if let's say the plot of Bhagavad Gita is between 2 armies, if it is for devotion, Then why did Krishna speak this in a plot of, when Krishna...
Oh, that's a very good question.
When Arjuna did not want to fight, he should not be speaking or to do devotion at this plot.
No, what do you think about what is devotion? That's 9th chapter.
Okay.
That's what people think devotion means. Bhaiya, fool chadao, agarbatti, feel for Krishna, hey Krishna, ho Krishna, something like that. People feel like that, no?
Well,
Or
isn't
bhajans.
it...
No, that's the whole point.
Bhajan, devotion, what? See, from a mundane standpoint, Swamiji, devotion means what? Bhajan. Devotion means kirtan. Devotion means japa. Devotion means going to temple and crying and, tears in the eyes. Is it not devotion?
That is completely wrong understanding. That might be some external expression of devotion, but that's not devotion.
Okay. Then what is devotion?
Yeah, that's 9th chapter. Most confidential knowledge.
Oh, you people, ISKCON people have named this Raja Vidya Yoga as...
It is named Vyasadev, Raj Vidya Yoga.
Okay. No, but most confidential knowledge is what you people described it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
English translation of Raj Vidya.
Okay.
Most confidential knowledge.
Okay.
That is why it's most confidential knowledge. If it was so easy, why Vyasdev would have named most confidential knowledge?
Okay.
Everybody is doing bhajan, kirtan and drums. Okay, that might be one part, but that's not devotion.
Okay.
So what is devotion? Actually, at this point between armies to fighting, Arjuna is denying to fight. Arjuna requires a knowledge of devotion. Because devotion means, Krishna explains, devotion means do service to me. Do what I want. That is devotion. So devotion can be expressed by our actions.
Okay.
Devotion can be expressed by our words. Devotion can be expressed by your karmana, manasa, vacha and mind, thoughts and feelings. When all these combine, that is devotion. It's not just bhajan. No. Arjuna is expressing his devotion through fighting. Krishna, I am fighting for you.
Can I understand it like that? So, in between two armies, when Arjuna denied to fight, Lord is speaking Bhagavad Gita to set his attitude in a right direction, that he will do this service in devotion.
Yeah.
Like he will fight now as a devotion towards the Lord. Is it how it is?
Yeah, as a service to him.
Okay.
One synonym for devotion is service.
Seva.
Yeah, just keep in mind. That's all.
Okay.
So Arjuna is denying to fight.
Hmm.
Krishna is saying, I want you to fight.
Hmm.
So Krishna is saying, Bhai, whether you understand why to fight or not to fight, I am saying, do as a service to me. It will please me.
Okay.
That is devotion. To do as service of Krishna, which pleases him in a way how he wants,
Okay.
that will please that person. If I serve you, it's like you are there. Now if you ask me a glass of water, if I bring for you, will you be happy?
Yeah.
I followed you. I followed what you said and I gave you a glass of water. You will be happy, no?
Yeah.
That is devotion. Even if I don't sing your praises, I might say, Mr. Krishna Chaitanya, you are so nice, you're beautiful. Doesn't matter. Even boyfriend, girlfriend. A boyfriend doesn't need to say to girlfriend, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. He just brings an ice cream for her. The girlfriend says, please take me to a movie. Yeah, okay. He takes to a movie. Doesn't need to say anything. She is happy. That is devotion to girlfriend.
Okay.
Devotion to a country. You have not heard?
Yeah, I heard this.
Desh Bhakti. What is that? How do this, what do they say, soldiers, they express their devotion for country? By fighting.
By working for the country.
And they are never doing bhajans, no?
Yeah, agreed.
So that is devotion.
So devotion, you are right. Devotion to job, devotion to country.
You see? So devotion is service with responsibility, devotion to job, responsibility, and in a way how that person wants us to serve.
Oh.
If you ask me water and I bring juice for you, will you be happy?
May not be.
Yeah, you will say I have diabetes. Come on, I don't want sugar.
Okay.
You want what you want and have to do that
Yes.
responsibly. That is devotion.
Great explanation. So now what is this chapter of confidential? What is he giving in this chapter?
So, second chapter was knowledge of soul. 7th chapter was knowledge of God, I told you.
Yes.
9th chapter is knowledge of devotion.
Hmm.
So, knowledge of soul is confidential knowledge.
Hmm.
He gave 2nd chapter, Sankhya Yoga.
Hmm.
Knowledge of God is more confidential knowledge.
Hmm.
Because soul is there, God is more subtle, more confidential.
Yes.
And knowledge of devotion is most confidential. How God and soul can be connected now in love, in service.
Hmm.
That is why this chapter is most confidential knowledge. This is, by the way, the last chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
Why is it last? There are another 9 chapters in Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, you might be surprised. Actually, this is the last chapter. The last verse of Gita, or 9th chapter, is the last verse. So you might ask, what's
How?
next? There's 10th, 11th, 12th.
Of
14th.
course. Then how? My question is, how is this a last
Because
chapter?
after this, Arjuna asks questions and Krishna answers. Krishna is just, after 9th chapter, he is just going in details of what he's explaining in previous chapter, because that needs detailing. And also he will come to this, he'll give the logic behind all these things. So that's all other chapters. So that is why 9th chapter is the most important chapter for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now tell us that confidential knowledge. Swamiji.
So
we are excited, thrilled actually. Suspense should be.
So you see here, this chapter has many important verses. Many important verses. Now you were asking what is devotion. Very nice question. So to understand devotion, we need many components. Just like I told you, devotion means service with first component. Devotion means service with responsibility, second component.
Yes.
Devotion means serving in a way how that person wants, so that he will be pleased, pleasure.
Yeah.
Third component. So all these components Krishna is trying to raise in this chapter.
Okay.
Now how that is, I'll show you. Here, the second verse is very important for this chapter. Raj Vidya, Raj Guyam, Raj Vidya, the chapter's name. Raj Guyam Pavitram hi etat uttamam. Krishna is first glorifying devotion. Krishna is saying, you see, this chapter, Krishna, when he's saying, he's relishing because he's glorifying his own devotion. He's so happy. And that is why first he describes in 2nd chapter what is the glories of devotion. So he says, Pavitram, it is pure. Uttamam, it is supreme. Pratyaksham, Pratyaksavagamam. By devotion you can see God face to face.
Now what does the translation says about this shloka?
This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge because it gives direct perception of self by realization. It is a perfection of religion. It is everlasting. It is joyfully performed.
It is joyfully performed.
Yeah.
So what does joy mean here?
Joy means when you serve God, you will feel so happy, satisfied. Not just happy, satisfaction. Be satisfied. This is what I should be doing. That is joyfully performed. So that's 2nd chapter. And then afterwards, Krishna dedicates few verses in this 3rd and 4th verse for persons who don't have faith in devotion. They might hear, but they will not have faith. Krishna says such persons, mrityu samsara vartmani, they will be blocked in birth and death. So you see the point, aprape mamne vartante. Krishna says any other path, any other yoga system will never lead you to liberation from birth and death.
Can you explain it again?
Those who are not faithful to this devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of enemies. Therefore they return to the path of birth and death in this material world.
Swamiji, this devotional service that you are translating, what is that Sanskrit word that it says?
Ashradhana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa. Dharma.
Okay.
This Dharma. Dharma Asya.
Okay.
This Dharma which I am explaining you. There are many types of Dharma. One is mundane moral Dharma. Speak truth, non-violence. Krishna is saying this Dharma which I am telling you. Now which Dharma he is telling? He is telling the Dharma of devotion, because we have read in 7th chapter. That theme is there, no? 7th, 8th, 6th chapter, last verse. He is saying Shraddhavan Bhajate O Mam. He is always talking about devotion. And in the last chapter of this 9th chapter, he explains. He says, 9th chapter is, I think there are 33 verses, 34 verses. Last chapter he says, This
last sloka.
Last verse, shloka. He says, what is this devotion? What is this dharma? Manmana bhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru.
Oh.
Engage your mind in always thinking of me. This is the dharma I am talking about. Become my devotee. Mad bhakto. We are not saying anything. Krishna is saying mad bhakto. He is using the word bhakto. Devotion. Madhyaji mam namaskuru. Worship me madhyaji. Mam namaskuru. Offer obeisances to me. Being completely absorbed in me, you will surely come to me. This is the dharma he is talking.
What is the last line of that verse, Swami?
Ma veveshyasi yuktva evam atmanam matparayana.
What does it mean?
That means being completely absorbed in me, yuktva evam atmanam matparayana. You will surely come back to me.
Oh, there's again a reassurance in this.
Yeah.
He is giving these reassurances multiple times in Bhagavad
Gita. In all these middle chapters from 7 to 12, he will again give reassurance. Because it's difficult to maintain a hope in this material world. No? Okay. When so many people around us, they are saying, no, this is not right, you are doing wrong thing, be successful, don't waste your life, You need reassurance from God.
Okay, so I understood that confidential knowledge is... What else? What are the other things? What are the practical takeaway of this chapter?
Yeah, the practical takeaway of this chapter is, you see, there are few verses. Let me just quote here. One of the verses, anyway, this 12th verse is very important. This is very practical. Mogasha moga karmano mog jnana vichetasa rakshasim asurim chaiva prakritim mohinim shrita. Mog ash. Krishna is saying people in this material world have so many desires. I want to do this, I want to do this.
It is moha.
Yeah, desires, whatever. Moga karmano. Mog means, I'll come to this. People have so many things to do, plans, Moga jnana, so much knowledge, they want to become knowledgeable scientists and all these things. Krishna says mogha, failure.
Okay.
Without me, without devotion, they will fail in their attempt. Mogasha, their desires will fail, their actions will fail, their knowledge will fail. Now you might say what, people become successful in this world and they are not devotees.
No, of course they are, but can you again repeat that translation of this?
Those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demoniac and atheistic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their actions and desires, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated.
Okay.
So Krishna is saying this verse is the central verse of Madhva Sampradaya and even our Gaudiya Sampradaya.
Okay.
And the whole civilization rotates on this verse.
Okay.
Krishna is saying whatever is happening in this material world, nobody will be succeeded, nobody will succeed, nobody will be satisfied what they are doing without devotion to me. People don't get satisfaction, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't get in mundane activities, there will be no satisfaction.
And you see maximum people who do suicide, they are the most top-notch rich people. They do suicide.
I have no idea of it.
Yeah. So many pop singers, they do suicide. So many Bollywood actors, they are doing suicide. They have everything. They should be the last people to do suicide, We expect suicide among poor people who don't have food.
Yes, definitely.
But why that's happening? Krishna is saying they are not connected to me. They will not be satisfied. It will be complete failure. That's the Madhvacharya, he writes a big commentary on this and he uses this verse to prove that whatever you do in this material world without devotion, you will ultimately be frustrated. So we should all remember, our youth should remember that, accept what he is saying or do an experiment and see for yourself, what's the point.
Great. So this is called the center of your... what did you say? Center?
This verse is a central verse to explain the entire material civilization.
Okay.
That's this verse.
Okay.
We can talk, but anyway. And then Krishna says, you see, Bhakti he's talking. We are translating, we are speculating it's devotion. No. Krishna is saying 13th verse. Those who are not deluded, those who are deluded, this happens.
Yes.
Those who are not deluded, the great souls are under protection of my divine nature, of me. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Bhajanti ananya manaso. Bhajanti.
That your bhajanti is translation as devotion here.
Yeah.
Bhajanti, does it have any other meaning in Sanskrit?
No. Bhaja in Sanskrit means to divide.
Okay.
To, bhaj.
Hmm.
From bhaja, when you add, from in bhaja root, if you add the pratyaya, tin pratyaya, it becomes bhakti.
Hmm.
Tin pratyaya. So bhaja means divide, to.
Hmm.
Yoga means to unite.
Okay.
Now they are two opposite words.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
So you might say, what is this? We are translating yoga as bhaja, bhakti.
Hmm.
But they are two opposite words. How does it happen?
Hmm.
It happens like this because bhaja means to divide. Divide means two, God and soul.
Hmm.
And when you divide, when you make them separate,
Hmm.
then you unite them through love.
Okay.
That is why we translate yoga system as bhaja, bhakti.
Hmm. Anyhow, this is too complex for
Yeah,
me.
this is complex.
Bhaja in Hindi, at least bhaja means, your bhajan comes
Yeah,
out of
bhakti,
bhaja,
yeah,
right?
service,
Bhakti. Okay.
That's how it goes.
So the aim of, so you told a very important point, tough to believe.
Yeah.
The genre of Bhagavad Gita is bhakti.
Yeah, one interesting point I'll tell you, by the way. From bhaja comes bhajan. You know what's the meaning of bhajan?
What is bhajan
Now
means?
people see bhajan means ting 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 ting.
Bhajan means, ye, whatever, haath bajana.
No. Bhajan is a continuous form of bhaja. Just like we say cycling. It's going on, no?
Yes.
So bhajan is a continuous form. Bhajan means to continuously serve Krishna. Every moment. That is bhajan.
Okay.
So that is why we use the term bhajan, that your whole life should be dedicated to Krishna as a service. It's a very different meaning. If you understand, if we learn through a teacher, then it's very different.
What else, Swamiji? How does it proceed? So, yeah, he said about...
Yeah. So he said, and the 14th verse he says, again, you see, this chapter is him. He again brings the point. Satatam kirtanto mametanta sadhrivrita. Kirtan word, you might have heard in Bhakti, kirtan.
Kirtan means what? Dancing and chanting?
No. That's an again. Kirti means glories.
Kirti means glories,
Isn't
yes.
it? To expand the glories of God, that is kirtan.
What does he say? How does this shloka go?
Satatam kirtanto mametanta sadhrivrita namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. This is kirtanam, what we are doing.
We're doing kirtanam?
What we are doing? We are glorifying God, isn't it? And we are trying to spread His glories through this channel, camera.
Okay.
This is kirtanam.
Oh.
And this is far superior to that kirtanam of drums, and because that the voice will be in temple. This voice will go entire world.
Okay. Good to know that. I'm very impressed, Swamiji, that unknowingly I'm doing kirtana.
Yeah, you're doing kirtana.
As a service to the Lord.
Yeah.
Very nice to know it. These are all very straight definitions of Bhagavad Gita. How can people miss... See, when you say... See, definitely...
Again, asking this question. Why
I am asking this question is because I have some understanding of Bhagavad Gita. For me, you are all, bhajante, kirtana, all these words keep on repeating. So, devotion technically comes in every chapter. Directly only. And some are your indirect inferences also where you are trying to tell. But I am somehow developing that conviction that maybe Lord is actually teaching us devotion throughout Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
But we cherry-picked whatever we wanted out of it.
That's what gurus did, That's why all these gurus who are so-called big gurus, 1008 Paramahams gurus, they'd like to put these titles. They are new age gurus. They are, that's why they are deluding people by cherry-picking the verses.
Okay.
You see, any book, if you cherry-pick the chapters, it will be misleading, no?
Yeah.
Any book.
No, even a conversation, if you cherry-pick somewhere in between, you will get a different...
Misleading.
Agreed, Swamiji. I'm very convinced now. How does this proceed? So, yeah, he's telling about the confidential knowledge then.
Yeah. And then he talks about himself. I don't want to go into that. Then he comes to the topic of worshipping demigods again.
Okay.
He talked in 7th chapter.
Yes.
This 23rd verse and 24th and 25th, he is talking about demigod worship. He's talking twice in Gita about demigod worships. Because why? Because see, generally Krishna doesn't repeat. It's a short conversation, no, between battle. There's no time to repeat.
Yes.
But whatever he repeats, that means that's very important. Repeating is raising the question of demigod worship, because even in present we can see so much problem, when people are confused.
Yes, yes.
So Krishna is saying the same thing. Those who are devotees of other gods, demigods, worship them with faith, actually worship only me. But they do so in a wrong way.
Oh, that's a very direct injunction.
A direct injunction. Te api mameva kaunte ajanti avidhi purvakam.
And what does it mean that they worship me through them?
They worship me through them. That means they, if they have, somebody has desires, he might go to Ganesha or Surya, and then he might not go to Vishnu, because he thinks, here my desires will be fulfilled. Krishna says that's wrong. Don't worship them. Even if you have material desires, come to me. No problem.
Oh.
Come to me. I will do the best for you. If that material desire is not good for you, I will not allow it to be fulfilled. So you will be benefited. And if it is good for your elevation, I will do that in a way which I want.
Okay.
That is why he's saying it's a wrong way, because if you go to demigod, you ask for something, they will give you. That's their department. It might be harmful for you then.
Oh.
So he's saying that's not the right. You're not intelligent enough. Don't go to them.
Okay.
And then he says, those who worship demigods will take birth among demigods. Those who worship ancestors go to ancestors, 25th verse. Those who worship ghosts will take birth among those beings.
Okay.
Those who worship me will live with me. Direct verse.
How do you, in Sanskrit, what is
Yanti deva vrata devan pitra yanti pritavratah bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajino apimam. Clear verse.
So he's saying you will live with me.
Yeah. We'll go back to his planet.
Live with me. What is the Sanskrit thing?
Yanti madhyajino apimam. Yanti matlab go. You will come back to me. In a spiritual planet. So destination is different.
Definitely. This is very clear.
It's very clear, you see. That's why all Vaishnavas, they worship Supreme Lord Krishna.
To go and live with him.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. We love him. So if you love somebody, you want to live with him, no?
This merging concept, where did this come from?
This merging concept, that's not there in Gita.
Merging is not there in Gita at all.
No. It's
You
not
will
there
become one with me. Or you will come and merge in me. There is
that
no direct injunction.
You will become one with me. That might be there.
Okay.
But that means you become one with me with love.
Okay.
But you will merge in me. That's not there in Sanskrit. No verse says you merge in me. Merge is not there. One is also okay there. In Upanishad also one is there.
Okay.
Maiteteshu tapeham, Gita also says. But that we understand. One in love with, lovers become one.
So overall, his merging concept is not there in Bhagavad Gita.
That's wrong. That's not
You
there
will come
in
and live with him.
Yeah, that's
very
not,
clear.
Yeah, yanti. Yanti means to go. Yanti doesn't mean merge. And you ask any Sanskrit scholar, it doesn't mean merge.
Okay.
You can interpret it, but I told you don't have to interpret if the meaning is clear. Because if you say merge, then the verse is yanti deva vrata devan. Those who worship demigods, then they will merge with demigods.
Oh, this is a fantastic logic, because merging will happen only with Parabrahma. No?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then whole theory crashes, no?
Yes.
So then in one place you take yanti as go, and one place you take merge. That is nonsense.
Again, can you repeat that sloka?
Yanti deva vrata devan.
Okay.
If you worship devas, you go to them.
Okay.
Pitra yanti pritavrata. Again yanti. If you worship pitros, you go to pitra.
No, then it makes very clear sense.
Then
So when you go to Pitrus, you become, you can't become one with Pitrus, no?
you live with them.
Because Pitru is also a Jiva.
Yeah.
So you can't merge with Jiva.
So
Oh, wow, Swamiji. I'm understanding it now.
yeah.
Okay, so confidential knowledge we understood. So
Yeah.
people who worship him will come back to him. And then where does it end finally?
And then 26th verse, very nice verse. Patram pushpam phalam tvamyo bhakta prachati. Very important verse in Vallabh Sampradaya, our Sampradaya, Madhva Ramanuja. All take this verse as one of the central verse of devotion. Now he says, what Krishna says, if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, a water, I will accept it. Now this Krishna is showing that devotion is easy.
Water, fruit, flower
and leaf. Why is saying this?
And leaf.
Yeah, why is saying? The point is, even if you're in jungle, you can serve me.
Then why are you people offering all this chappan bhog and big,
No, Krishna
dishes?
is saying, if you're in jungle, then you can do that. Or if you're in city, then give me. The idea is bhaktaya prayachati tadham ashnami prayatatmana. This last word prayatatmana, Acharya's comment on this. With effort, prayatatmana.
Endeavoring soul.
Endeavoring. So you get the best for Krishna. But Krishna is saying, if you don't have anything, no problem. At least at the best, you can get a leaf flower that you can get anywhere. I will accept it.
That's very direct thing again.
That's so direct. So that's a practical take. People keep Laddu Gopal and they put Makhan and Mishri and they eat whatever they want. That's complete nonsense. That's not allowed. Krishna says you have to offer me the best. If you don't have anything, this much, if you give me with love and devotion, I'll accept it.
But love is important.
Yeah, love, service. That love, service attitude is important.
Okay.
Isn't it? So a beggar, he gives 10 rupees, that's more valuable to Krishna than a rich person who gives 10 rupees. Because God doesn't see what you give, God sees what you keep. So he has 20 rupees, he gives 10, 50%. He has crore rupees, he gives 10.001. But Krishna, God is a statistician, He
No, but the feeling also you said, no?
Yeah, he works in percentage. So there is a natural feeling. If you give 50%, there has to be a feeling, no?
Or else why will you give 50%?
Why will you give? That's natural.
Okay.
So this is the verse, and then he says, Yat karoshi yadashnoshi. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, whatever auspicities you perform, do that as an offering to me. This is a central verse.
He says, whatever you eat, huh?
Yeah, whatever you eat.
That is the reason you people offer everything that you eat?
That is the reason we offer everything.
You're picking up from this.
Yeah.
How does the shloka go?
Yat karoshi ashnashi. Ashnashi means to eat.
Yat
juhoshi. Juhoshi means whatever you sacrifice. Sacrifice for me. Dadasi, whatever you give. That is why you see, if you want to give charity, give to God. That's the best charity. Many astrologers also say, that on this day you give this dhan. You don't have anybody, keep in temple. Madhvacharya also says, best charity is charity to God.
Yesterday I went to a Buddhist monastery. It is written, spirituality begins with dana. I saw it near the place where you give dana patra.
Right, because that makes you selfless, no? That we started karma yoga and all this.
Yes. Makes sense, Swamiji, makes sense.
So that's all. And then Krishna raises few other important intricate points which I don't want to go. But here this is verse, Krishna, this is very important verse, 30th verse. Even if one commits the most abominable action,
okay,
if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination.
Wow.
So Krishna is again giving hope.
Even you fall down.
Yeah, even if by mistake if you fall down, not willfully, planned,
okay,
no problem. In my eyes you are saintly.
Oh.
In others' eyes you might be condemned, but I know what's happening in your heart. You didn't purposefully do. By weak heart you fell down, no problem. I am with you still.
So raise up and again go ahead.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So Krishna is always giving hope. He is always with us.
Great.
And then that's all. And then Krishna, that last verse I told, 31st verse, Shipram Bhavati Dharma Atma. That's there. Last verse, 34th, I told you, Manmana Bhavat Bhakto. He's summarizing. This devotion is this. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. If you cannot always think of me, he's giving options. We can't, mind is.
Yeah, we can't think of
Become my devotee. Learn to serve me through my devotees. But if you cannot, if you don't have time, then at least pay obeisances to me. By paying obeisances means try to follow as much as possible what I have told in general. Read Gita, take a copy of Gita, read, and how much you can follow. No problem. Even if you cannot do that, you tell I am corporate person, bhai, I don't have time. At least, Mam Namaskuru, at least come in the morning, do pranam, at least do that with understanding that I am supreme. At least do that. No problem. He's giving options. And then go forward. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Krishna is so nice.
Krishna is so liberal here.
Yeah, he's always.
He's accommodating every kind of
he has to
people, no?
accommodate.
Great.
This
Swami.
is 9th chapter. This is devotion.
Now I can understand why is it called as Raja Vidya and the confidential knowledge, because he has told multiple confidential points here.
Yeah.
He has told to offer things that you eat, everything with love. Superb, Swamiji. The suspense finally got revealed, and I can clearly understand how he is giving confidential knowledge to us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for this confidential knowledge that you have given.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.